only talk when I'm sad. You're my last resort when it's bad. I swear that I will work on that, but I need you. You know I've been killing myself, trying to be as heaven put me through hell. So this is me asking for help. Yeah, I need you. 'Cause I've done all I can. Now it's out of my hands. I'm sitting heartbroken alone in the bathroom, just trying to hold on and let go. And I ask you to fix him, make him love me like I wish he would. 'Cause I can't, no I can't, but you could. It's twisted that I thought I could change him for good. 'Cause I can't, no I can't, no I can't, but you could. You could. You could. My friends think I'm wasting my prayers on someone who don't even care. But they don't know what I know, I swear. He just needs you. I get sick, so he gets better. Fall apart, holding him together. But something inside me don't wanna wish him well. Yet I can't say goodbye, God, I know that it's selfish. But fix him, make him love me like I wish he would. 'Cause I can't, no I can't, but you could. It's twisted that I thought I could change him for good. 'Cause I can't, no I can't, I can't, but you could. You could. You could. Last thing, give me back everything that he took. 'Cause I can't, but you could. I spent years becoming cool, and in one single second you can make a decade of my efforts.
Good morning, Chad. Good morning. Is lawyer can't capitalize things and do punctuation. Okay, okay. Just gonna fix this and then I'm gonna
Do we even know each other?
and then I forgot what I was gonna do.
Something fake about another. Kiss between clear walls. All the secrets pass through space, and every truth ends up replaced with a lie. 'Cause we don't even know each other. Have we ever tried? Ain't it funny how what we're missing is all we have to
I got a couple hours. Don't worry about me, chat. Don't you worry about me. All right?
on the surface we seem so perfect, but it seemed worth it. So I painted pictures of us like we were so much in love. It took forever to see. We fooled everyone but me. And what if who people see isn't what we should be? I guess forever ain't free. We fooled everyone but me. Hearts can try to run and hide, but they still can't change. They can't change. Hard to know what's wrong or right, or if I'm okay. Oh, I see it stuck in space and everything is rearranged into lies. How come we don't know each other? Forever to see, we fooled everyone but me. And what if who people see isn't what we should be? I guess forever ain't free. We fooled everyone but me. I'm collecting people who hurt me so I can rotate between them and maybe not hurt as badly and maybe learn how to leave them. It's just stay in the good parts. Where'd she go, the girl I used to be? Believed in love and still looked up to me. In the game too long, I think I lost her. Thought I was building my roster, but I'm collecting people who hurt me so I can rotate between them and maybe not hurt as badly and maybe learn how to leave them. It's going okay. Some of them broke away. Somehow that hurt worse. Thought they would hurt first, but I'm the only one that gets broken. Guess broken things can keep breaking, and now I cry on my own. 'Cause I worry they'll think I'm faking. I mean, it is weird. How did I get here? No love in 5 years. At least these are my tears. Just say it, spit it out. You don't want me around. I'll give you space enough to leave me, but leave the door open if need be. And it's all fun and games till I can't love the same. I'm filling glasses left and right, but soon there will be nothing left in mine. 'Cause I'm collecting people who hurt me so I can rotate between them and maybe not hurt as badly and maybe learn how to leave them. It's going okay. Some of them broke away. Somehow that hurt worse. Thought they would hurt first, but I'm the only one that gets broken. Gets broken.
Tell me I'm kawaii desu, chat. At least these are my tears. Well, guys, do you think I can get away with an island drive before I have to do this therapy sesh? God, Patty and Gary are... Gary mostly is like a very unique character. Yeah. Nah. Loki hasn't sleepwalked yet. Oh, it's the crazy place. The crazy people. Okay.
Hello?
Hey, I'm getting the
Hey.
car.
Good morning.
Good morning. Where are we going? Half asleep. Okay. How was your sleep?
I didn't sleepwalk.
Yeah, that's really good. That's good.
I woke up and you weren't there and I thought you sleepwalked.
No, I just went for a drive.
There's a weird breeze in the car.
I'm missing a door. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, what happened?
It's been missing since yesterday.
Oh.
I don't remember what happened. I think I flipped the car. I don't remember.
Where are we going?
To a mental health place or something. I don't know.
Oh, cool.
Where the crazy people.
Oh. I'm sure it'll be fine. Don't worry, I'll protect you from the crazy people. They'll think I'm one of them.
You're blind, Loki, not crazy.
Yeah, but they don't know that they're crazy.
Oh, true.
They'll think you're half of one of them.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes so much sense.
Really?
Last time I went to this place, it had been turned into a really, really fucked up courthouse for my mom's best friend from the 80s. Hit O'Leary. He was like a judge.
Oh.
Yeah, but he's not been around in a while. I miss him.
Oh.
He always called me goddaughter, and I was like, I don't know.
That must be confusing.
A little bit. Shit. Ugh. I'm stressed out.
Don't worry, I'm here.
There's a big fountain over here, so just stay. No, okay, all right.
Hi.
Hey, Loki.
God damn it,
Oh,
Loki.
hey.
Good to see you.
Good to hear
Hey
you.
guys.
Hey, Salena.
Hey. Okay, let me ask both of you, Loki, from a sensory standpoint, and then you from a calming standpoint. What sound helps you most relax, fire or water?
Water.
Okay, we're gonna go up to the pool side. So follow me. And
Okay.
Loki, if you just want to
Also,
listen
Loki,
to how we tread or
Yeah.
follow
if you want to feel my turtleneck, this is my therapist outfit. It's pretty calming.
Oh, nice.
Thanks,
oh, are
bro.
those your boobs?
No, those are they're.
He's trying to work out a little bit more, okay?
What do you mean trying? Jesus.
Well, you haven't ran as much lately.
I run every morning.
Feels like you've been working out a bit.
I haven't seen your shoes getting used, but okay.
Okay. Thank you, Loki. Jesus.
Yeah, of course.
You know, 1 minute happy with the fan cams, the second minute, you know, you should probably work out more often. Nice.
It was the baby that really broke it, you know? I mean, I enjoyed the French toast.
Whatever.
Okay, I'm
Happy we're finally able to do this, Salena.
Yeah, me too. Loki convinced me to stop dodging it.
That's
Nice.
good.
Just right up here.
Oh, sorry,
Good?
Loki. There's stairs. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay.
Loki, there's a giant pool straight ahead of you. Please don't go there.
Just
Don't.
my voice. We're gonna divert over
On
here
the
to the
pole.
left.
Yeah, careful. Luck walking around me, because apparently I need to work out too. So
Okay.
just feel the walls to guide you around me.
Alright. We'll have a seat here around a table, so.
Don't worry, guys. I'll sit over here so I don't have to
Oh my
bump
God.
elbows with you.
Okay, Bryce, get closer. Okay, Jesus.
I'll just stand. I don't want to cause an earthquake when I sit down.
Shut up and sit down.
Is your butt that big, Bryce?
Holy
No,
shit.
he is very fit, okay? Can't lie. That was a genuine saying. You're very fit. All right. Salena, this is your session, so I'm just going to give some precursors before we start, okay? So, one, this is completely confidential. When I say completely confidential, I mean to where there's not even a report written unless we get subpoenaed, all right? So, what you say here truly stays here. Second, this is your session, so what you bring up is what we're going to touch on. Myself and Bryce might ask clarifying questions just to dig or drive the conversation a little bit further, but you're going to be the one that's directing this. Transparency is key. Can't fix anything you don't share. And so anything you hold back, understand that it might not get touched on, and don't leave here frustrated if that's the case. We are not here to just repair you. You're not broken, okay? We're here as guides on the side to help you with resources and complete unbiased thought that can help maybe guide or give sight to maybe areas that weren't there before, okay?
Okay.
All right. Take your time. The one thing that I always ask in a first session is, what's the goal? Because I want to make sure that you're leaving here at least meeting some satisfaction, because otherwise it could be all for naught. Also, if the goal's unrealistic, we can go ahead and squash that in the very beginning. So what's your hopes in having these sessions?
To be able to talk about my problems more, and sleep better.
Okay, perfect. All right, we're gonna jump in. So whatever you want to kick off with, you can go ahead. Like I said, we might ask clarifying questions. We'll try to be, as responsive as possible. Apologize in advance if we interrupt. It could just be that we have a thought jump into the head right there, and we want to clarify. Loki, you've been brought here as well, so feel free to speak up, support, and give any clarification that you feel. If y'all start, infighting, there might be a little bit of mediation that goes on with that as well, because we'll make sure communication is healthy. So let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay.
So I shouldn't call him fat.
Me? Am I
No,
fat?
is that something you'll have?
You're not fat.
No, you look okay. Bryce, you're not fat.
That's not as good as...
I
You
fucking
said
know
Bryce
I'm
looks
not. So
fit.
where's
I
this
only
even
look okay.
from?
You stood up when the word came, so I was just making sure you knew, okay? You're very physically fit. You have a great physique. Sit down.
Bryce, you feel slim.
Thank you. Wait, too slim?
Oh no.
No.
No comment.
No.
Hold on. No. Hold on. Too slim. Okay? Am I doing too much cardio?
Maybe a little bit.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
I want to have good
More lifting. You
stamina
need
and
to tack on
agility,
more
okay?
mass.
I can't...
Okay, now he's gonna be self-conscious. You are fine.
Maybe a little bit of
Fine?
carb loading followed by a cut. To do you good.
God, I don't want to do that.
I'll
shit.
start. Okay,
I hate doing that.
I'll start adding carbs to what I
I
cook.
don't-
Okay,
I-
it's
I-
fine. It's more tortillas. It's okay.
You know what?
You like
I'm
breakfast
sorry.
tacos?
I'm sorry. I'm not perfect for you guys. Okay. Hopefully
Okay.
one day
Okay.
I can look the
Okay,
way that
okay.
you guys
This is
want
not
me
our
in
to.
my
session.
eyes, Bryce.
This
You're
is
perfect
not
in
our
my
session,
eyes.
Bryce.
You're blind, Loki.
Yeah, so you're perfect in my eyes. Not as perfect as Selena, but like, you know,
Okay,
you're
okay.
like pretty
Okay,
perfect.
let's shift. We're shifting focus. Shifting focus.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I'm
sorry.
distracted. I'm sorry.
My bad.
Okay, okay. Selena, go ahead and kick us off with what you would like to talk about
Sorry.
outside of
Alright,
Bryce's
okay.
physique.
Okay.
We
You look
just
great,
stop
by the
talking
way,
about my
Bryce. You
physique.
you look
We'll
great.
Just move on. What
Okay.
else is bothering you?
All right.
Fucking-
Um. Well, I guess the most most obvious one currently is more than what it was, before when I was gonna get a session, is I got kidnapped and tortured recently, and I lost my eye. And I don't know, well, I guess okay. So I had Loki, he's my husband, and then I had two girlfriends, Lana and Skylar, right? Okay? That's just the way that things have always been. But a few months ago I tried to break things off with Skylar and Lana yelled at me, so I just didn't do it. But I wanted to still. And but I just kept things the same, because I don't like confrontation too much, in my personal life at least. And then I got kidnapped, I got tortured, and it was for Skylar. It was because of something to do with Skylar, and they just kept going because they thought I knew stuff because we were girlfriends, and I didn't know anything about the thing they wanted me to know about. So I just kept suffering, and the first day that they had me, I almost got found by the police, but one of the highway patrol idiots said they checked the airport, but they didn't check the airport all the way. So because they didn't do that, they missed me by 3 to 5 minutes, and they got there as I had already been transported out. I watched the cop cars drive by the car on the way to the next place that they took me. I got stressed out and anxious, and I knew it was just going to get worse. And then it did get worse. And then they cut my finger off, and I lost my eye. And I didn't lose my eye because they took it out, by the way. I lost my eye because they punched me so hard in the face that my cheekbones went into my eye socket, and they fucked my eye up. And then I had to, get it taken out. It was like a whole thing, and that's fine. Inherently, I grew up learning from my dad the hard way how to handle stuff like this, and learning from my mom how to handle being tortured. I don't know why they needed me to know this stuff, but I needed to know it, and I just, like, that's fine, I guess. I mean, it's not. It's fucked me up, but I was gonna break things off with Skylar again, on the same day that she decided to break things off with me. And even though I was gonna break up with her, anyway, the fact that she left me after what I went through for her hurts a lot. And she's been avoiding me and Loki, and I know she is. I know she's lying to me. She's just dodging us, and I like, while I get it, she's just not being honest about it, and I think that hurts even more because I suffered for her, and she left and then made it weird afterwards. And I don't like that. I feel I already have abandonment issues, and it was like, it was gonna be like my choice. I just wanted my choice. I wanted a choice, and I felt like I didn't get one. And I feel like I'm still not getting one.
Okay. There's a lot there, and I know that I have a few clarifying questions. I know Bryce might have some as well. One question I want to clarify first is, so you said that you were already going to be breaking up with your girlfriends. Uh, uh, Prior to this, what was the cause of that breakup? What was the reasoning for wanting to separate those relationships?
Because we had like a quad relationship with my ex-husband Tinker, and after everything that happened with Tinker, I always felt like a third wheel in Lana and Skylar's relationship, and it never changed, you know. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm happy for them. I want them to be together, and I was never had a problem with that. I just wanted to separate myself from that because I was lonely and sad, and I wanted like a fresh start after everything that happened with Tinker. I just didn't want to be attached still relationship wise to all of that. Um and yeah, and then Lana yelled at me and told me that it was selfish of me to say that since I was gone for a couple of months after the divorce. God forbid. But yeah, I don't know. It was mostly that. There's nothing inherently wrong with the relationship, especially between me and Skylar. Um, it just we were never intimate or anything. Like we hadn't been for a long time, and we were more like roommates and like best friends. And I just felt like I might as well just make that the actual thing so that I don't have to stress out about having a girlfriend that I have to maintain.
Okay. And then, as far as you being averse to conflict, where does that stem from? Does that come from when you were earlier with your parents? Is that something that developed a little bit later in life? When did you, first really start avoiding that?
Um, After my dad left, my mom was very deep in the bottle, and I would try to talk her down from it, and she would ignore me, and she'd yell at me. She'd tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, so I just stopped talking about things just in general, because I never really thought that I knew what I was talking about because she made it very clear that I didn't. So
How old
I
were you
just
when your
told
dad
him to.
left?
I was 14. He left on Christmas.
Okay. Almost similar to like baby Kates and Gremlins. Well, as we look at that, you sort of like mentioned a unique upbringing. Can you tell me a little bit more about your mom and dad? Why exactly they would have felt it was important for you to understand, torture and some more of the darker sides of life that a lot of people don't normally experience?
They never really like told me except that I needed to be prepared for it. I did find something when I went home over Christmas in like a secret compartment that had a lot of like files that were written in Russian and pictures of my mom. She looked like she had been tortured, and I'm assuming it probably has to do with that. Um, and we lived in the middle of like nowhere in Maine, on a lake, a cabin. My whole life, I was not really allowed to leave except when my dad would give me a pack, and they'd take me out into the middle of like the woods, and they'd leave me there and tell me to find my way home. And I found my way home every time, but yeah, my dad said this was knowledge that I needed, and my mom said that if I didn't know it, then I would suffer more for it later.
So, kind of an upbringing that was grounded in survival rather than life itself.
Yeah. I mean, I learned how to be a cop from watching the fucking Police Academy movies and listening to my dad talk about it.
Make any cool sound effects?
Not really. No, I was never good at
Okay.
that.
So, how old were you when you left home?
It was a while. Um, after my mom passed, I did like a Viking funeral for her on the lake, and stayed there for a few more years. I didn't leave until I was like 36. Just didn't want to. I was kind of afraid to leave.
I'm sorry. When you say Viking funeral, you set that shit on fire?
Yeah, I set that shit on fire.
Did you like a torch and kick the boat out, or did you do like a bow and arrow and out into it?
I'm not really good with bows and arrows, so I just I torched it, and it had like a little motor attached to the boat that was holding all the wood.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not good with bow and arrow, so it wasn't quite as cool as it could have been.
Sorry, continue.
So if you don't mind me asking, so you said 36 was when you left home. How old are you now?
37.
Hi. So still very fresh from home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Loki, how old are you?
28.
Hmm.
What?
Just asking. You were
Please
gonna
don't
say
judge
something,
our
Leslie?
age difference. Please don't judge our age difference.
Nope. There's no judging. There's no judging.
No, there's no judging.
Bryce,
Worse,
why does
it'd be
it
like-
sound like you're
How old are
judging?
you, Bryce? How old are
You,
you?
you could be like 55, and you could be like 25. That'd be weird.
How old are you, Bryce?
Right. He's
28.
28.
Huh. Not in
Yep.
as good a shape as me.
Well, I don't know how you'd be able
Don't
to see
say
that.
it. What?
Okay.
So,
Well, I felt you.
Loki.
I felt you.
uh-huh.
Well, I think I haven't felt your glutes.
hmm Look, it's made apparent, guys, that I need to do less cardio. Okay, heard. Thank you. Let's get back to the
Okay. Okay.
trauma.
You
Shifting
started it.
back. Okay. Shifting back. So I do want to ask this because this just helps me sort of understand your style's to trust. So in your life, Salena, if you had to go on a scale of someone that knew you from 1 to 100%, okay? 100% meaning everything. There was nothing held back. Who has known you the most in your entire life?
Like in my entire life, like overall.
Entire life.
Um, probably Loki, because I don't talk to anybody. Even my parents didn't know a lot of the things I liked.
Okay. And out of 100%, how much would you say that Loki knows you? How much have you allowed him to know?
Maybe like 18%.
Okay. What keeps the other 82% back?
And you're fast at math. I'm afraid, I guess, that if someone knows everything about me, that they will want to leave. Can't even keep people around when they don't know anything about me.
Okay. Tell me about your relationship with Loki, because I know that kind of transpired over the cadet show when it was a whirlwind of relationship. So just walk through, I guess, post show, right? What exactly has that grown into, and what's that fill in your life?
I don't know how to phrase this without making it sound like a bad thing or like a pity. It's not pity. It's like a.
No judgment here. And if
I
if
feel-
Loki needs clarification, he can always ask any questions.
I feel like I have someone that I can take care of. That like actually needs me around. Everyone else around me didn't really need me. And I want to be able to be there for someone, and I don't know. I like taking care of him, and he makes me feel like I can talk about anything, and he's never angry or upset or confused, or he's just there, and he listens, and he doesn't judge me, and I don't feel like he will judge me. But
Okay.
it's been a process, like getting used to that feeling because it's a different one that I haven't really felt with anybody else.
Is that something that's important for you in establishment of connection? Is that feeling of need?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to touch on the breakup really quick with you and Skylar. So you were talking about how you had gone through the things you went through, and then, she still made the choice to break up, even though you were also going to make that choice. So, and again, we can take this slow, and I don't want to cause any triggers, but as the torture was happening, what was going through your mind?
I was wondering whether or not she was still looking for me, or if she was safe. If I was doing a good enough job for them to not come after her by not telling them things. And I wondered why, because I didn't know a whole lot about the thing that they were after. A lot of my thought was, why me? And why not, like, why not Skylar? She knows about it. Why not Lana? She knows a lot more than me. And I also just wondered why I didn't know about these things in general. If I mattered so much that they didn't want to break up with me, it just felt like maybe I should have known these things, I would have kept them a secret.
Okay, and then I want to talk about a day that a lot of people don't. So I want to talk about the day after. So the day after you're released from the hospital, you've woken up in your own bed. There's no sirens, there's no lights, there's no one to take your report. It's just simply you and who you've allowed to be in close proximity physically to you. You've been asleep, you wake up, a room that's familiar, but yet one that's still a little bit shocking because you've been away from it for a bit. How did you feel that morning?
Well, I was in the ICU for a bit, so when we finally got me out of there and I went home, I felt sad and angry and confused.
Have those feelings grown stronger with each day? Have some of them been resolved each day? What is that looking like now?
A lot of the feelings got a little stronger, the anger and the confusion, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like Skylar was brushing off what had happened to me, even though I don't think she was. I think she was just dealing with it in her own way without making too big of a deal out of it to not stress me out. But it felt like it wasn't being acknowledged what had happened, and we weren't talking about it. And like, I was still in so much pain. I'm still in so much pain, like physically. And I just felt like it was being avoided, which made it hurt more because I just wanted to like sit and have a conversation about it, which is weird for me, but I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to acknowledge it, and I wanted to figure out why it was that I was considered so important to her. They told me repeatedly that I was her first love, and she kept telling me that it's always been me and she always will pick me, and she always tells me that, but it just, like, based off of how little I know about her and how little I knew about these things that they wanted from me. Like, it just, the words that she was saying didn't match the actions and the feelings that I was having. And then it felt like she was avoiding everything too. So I just got more and more frustrated over time, and I just wanted it. I just wanted it over. I don't know.
Okay. And what I'm about to say is not a it's not a pointing fingers or a gotcha moment, right? But part of therapy is also self-reflection. And so when we look at that relationship, obviously there were points that were being held back on their end, right? Where you weren't knowing of all information and it seemed like actions were not necessarily aligning with the words that were spoken. But in the same turn, you've just stated that the one person that knows you more than anybody, that you've allowed in more than anybody, was Loki at 18%, meaning that you withheld even more of 82% of yourself from her. So when we look at that reciprocating relationship, you both were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And so it seemed as if though you had a relationship that was built off of separation. And when you have a foundation of keeping someone at arm's length, unfortunately, it's not very surprising when the fingertips stop to touch and that separation grows even farther.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Before I continue, I'll see, Bryce, do you have anything you want to say? He's in such deep thought.
He's really thinking about carbs and cardio right now.
We'll let him continue to ponder. But it's one of those things that when we look at a relationship, and again, I don't like to use a lot of necessarily psychological terminology, but there is one thing that's known as like a hierarchy of needs. And basically, at the base level, we have our physiological needs: air, food, water, shelter, sleep, clothing, warmth. Those are basic needs, right? If I'm hungry, I need to eat. If I'm cold, I need a blanket. The next one of that, which still fits in our basic needs, is safety. We need to have personal security, stable housing, a safety net. We need to have a feeling of safety. As we get upwards, we go into psychological needs like social, which is intimacy, connection. And I think that that's important to understand because what I personally see in a lot of relationships is those terms never getting defined, right? Because some people, when I say the word intimacy, they're going to strictly say that they say intimacy as sex or physical connection. For me personally, I think one of the most intimate things that I can do is share something with you that I have not shared with others because I'm entrusting with you a piece of my history, my mind, my soul that I haven't trusted anyone else with. I'm placing something in your hands that you then have the power not only to hurt me with, but to leave me empty. And that's a very intimate thing to me. So I think it's important when you're in a relationship, you define what those things are for you. Same with connection. What does connection look for you as romantic and, platonic, and having that great understanding? Because without it, you're basically chasing after a bullseye that you have never clearly defined. And eventually, whether we want to admit it or not, we grow tired that the bullseye's never hit. But we're also our own worst enemy because I've never showed you the bullseye to be hit.
Yeah, that
Does
makes
that make
sense.
sense, or am I
Mhm.
rambling?
No, it makes sense.
And so I'll be honest with you, it seems as though the relationship's foundation wasn't necessarily the strongest. There was feeling there, but there was also a lot of withholding. And I think that if you would have sat down and both of you defined what connection, intimacy, loyalty, and love meant, I don't think that realistically any of your definitions would have fit the relationship that you two had been bound in. And I think it's even a great exercise for you and Loki. That's not to say that you all are not, but I can't imagine that either of you, I could be wrong, but I can't imagine that either of you want an 18% relationship. It's exhausting for you having to withhold 82%. That's 82% of weight that's on your shoulders that when you enter into a relationship is supposed to be more across a partnership and not solo. And I can't imagine that he is, and I could be wrong, is satisfied with 18% of a partner, because entering into a partnership, you want that whole person. You desire that person. You want that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want 100%.
So it's important for you all to understand and establish guidelines of how do we get that other 82%. What does security and safety look like? And is it reasonable? Right? Because if I say, well, security is you just let me do it on my own time. Okay, well, is that 80 years? Do I have to wait 80 years to get another percent of you? That's unreasonable. So how do we push each other? Because love is accepting each other for who we are, but caring enough about each other to push us to where we're better. Because we're all hurt people. I have yet to meet a person that does not have hurt. But while I will love you through it, I'm going to love you with an expectancy of once we get through the hurt, there's also happiness there and fulfillment and wholeness.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that needs to be established. And I think one thing that is also true in relationship, and Selena, this is mainly going to go to you. And this is a harsh truth. You'll never be able to give 100% of yourself until you love 100% of yourself. Because you can't ask someone to do something that you yourself are not willing to do. So you can't hand over 8% to Loki and say, love this, when you yourself hate it. And with time, you can love it. Because you can start to look at the things that have happened to you that have served as obstacles as foundation. But it's, again, working with determination of positioning them in your life. Doesn't mean you have to love what happened, but you can learn to love what it's turned you into, which is a survivor.
And you got a cool eye patch now.
Oh, look at you, you're talking.
Okay.
Are you
have
too
anything you wanna
good?
say, Bryce?
Are you too good? Yeah, I don't know. You too. You gotta.
I'm good.
No, never mind.
So good?
Okay.
I do feel like every time you use the word exercise, though, you just give me side eye. But that's fine.
I can't give you side eye.
Not you.
Oh, well, you didn't say who you were talking to.
No. All of what Mercy is saying. And, you know, time heals all wounds. And you're lucky that you have someone to help be there with you in this time, such as Loki. You know, you talked a lot about your ex-girlfriends and all of these people, and maybe a big relationship because with multiple people trying to fill stuff that, you know, you didn't feel growing up, maybe. and with these relationships, you know, you're with Loki, who's, would you say that Loki's like the best person that you've ever had so far in your life? Like most understanding, most relatable, most patient?
Yeah.
I'm sure that at one point, maybe that you've found some of those qualities in your other partners, but sometimes people leave or sometimes people show their true colors and one door closes, another door opens. So instead of thinking about what's happened and who we've lost, you can think of where we are now and who we have support group wise to get through these hard times. You know, life sucks. Life fucking sucks and people suck. Let's be honest. But it can be amazing, especially when you have amazing people to share it with. Uh, like we said, and like Mercy said, mostly all the time, this whole time. You're a very strong person. It's because of the things that you've been through. You're who you are. And how you're going to proceed with it is going to define who you are for the rest of your life. The way
And
that
you
I
gotta
see
be
it,
careful. Go ahead.
you're good. But the way that I see it, not an eye joke, Loki.
It's messed up. We only have one eye between us.
Yeah, you guys are just one big cyclops together.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't feel very good being harassed.
Okay.
Does
Okay.
it?
Okay. Okay.
I don't even know where I was going with it. Go ahead, Merce. I forgot.
Oh my god.
You're so
Okay.
insecure about your body, Bryce.
Okay, so a couple things. His body is great. Okay, so a couple things. One is make sure you don't get stuck in a trap. It's where I call it honeymoon healing, basically. So it's where you get anxiety about what you've been through, what you're going through, what's coming up. And so you avoid, right? You deflect, add it to the pile of the clothes in the corner that you're not going to address until later. You just do everything you can to not have to actually give it any semblance of attention. And you feel relief. You feel lighter. You feel good. It's not on you. It's to the side. However, eventually that does catch up and it avalanches onto you and it intensifies and it grows and it sees. And then the cycle starts all over. Now you're anxious again and you avoid and it keeps going and going and going until eventually you break. And you break in a few ways. You break into your shell of the person you are. You break into where you sever connections with people to where, sure, you give them enough to where they feel like they've been let in, but you know they're not truly let in, and it's lonely, whether you want to say that it is or not. It hurts to never have anybody walk through the hallways of your heart because that's a chamber that was always meant to be visited. And then it also makes it to where your life is just stalled. And so you have to be cognizant of that. Now, one thing I do want to address in this session is like what you said about everything that you went through because of her, and then she's the one to break up with you. One, we've already talked that was not a relationship that served either of you because you both withheld from each other. It had its time, it had its purpose, but it did not serve either of you. One thing, and this is just a harsh truth, okay? While a motivator of the person that tortured you might have been to inflict pain or fear or trauma to Skylar, that person is the reason you went through what you went through. It was that person's fingers that did what they did. It was their hands. It was their brain, their heart that was motivated to harm somebody. Regardless of what the intrinsic portrait that they painted in their mind was of who they were getting to, they solely made that decision. And it is unfortunate, and I am sorry it happened to you. But that was a sick, fucked up person, and only them as to why that happened to you. And when you look at the relationship and how it wasn't an abandonment. though it might feel like that, that was a necessity. Because you were constantly discounting each other as to what you would trust each other with. And by that, you're lowering each other's value. You don't need that right now. You're already lowering your value enough by yourself. And so I just want to paint that landscape in our mind right now as we're going forward with this. Because especially as we're shifting focus to what you're saying is your healthiest relationship, a person that you trust that needs you, which I don't know if we'll touch on that on this session or a different one, but I have thoughts there too. But you have this person that needs you and that you're working towards that. Again, you feel as if though you've shared more than you ever have. Even at 18%, that's a win. Celebrate it. Okay. Shift focus here on the one that's staying. And also show up for yourself and stop leaving yourself. Because a lot of times, the reason those of us with abandonment issues have them is not just because of the persons that left us, but because we also at some point left ourselves. We left ourselves to fade away, and we never picked ourselves back up. So my charge to you would be return to yourself and stop running from yourself. It's not kind to you.
I will work on that.
How can Loki show up for you in this relationship?
He already does. He asks me how I'm feeling, and he just is patient with me. Never seems like he's angry if I'm hesitant to talk about things, which makes me want to talk about them more. I don't know, he's just present, you know?
Loki, how can Salena show up in the relationship for you?
Sometimes feel like even when I tell her those things, she still doesn't always fully believe it. And I don't mean it like in a negative way. I think it's just because of things she's been through. It's just hard for her to, you know, always know that's true. I think it'll just take time though.
It does. It 100% takes time. And one thing that I will tell you, Salena, that I even have to remind myself sometimes, everyone has baggage.
Oh, yeah,
Some of us more
so
than
much
others.
money.
It's not fair to turn the ones that show up into the bellboy and punish them for the baggage. So when you get a good one that's really willing to stand beside you, let them help in the unpacking, but don't punish them with the result of the weight.
And tip them.
Oh, she tips me.
Oh my,
I was about to say, I'm
Loki.
sure it's probably the sex.
Sex is so cool, guys.
oh my god.
Good for you, Loki.
It's awesome.
Okay.
Really cool.
Hell yeah. Way to go.
Yippee.
No. No.
Sorry,
All right,
Selena.
Selena. You seem embarrassed about that.
I'm not embarrassed. I just.
But we're not talking about the kangaroo onesie.
Why? Why are you bringing this
Take in the
up?
pouch.
Therapy?
It's kind of weird if you get in the pouch though, because that's supposed
Oh,
to
I
be
got
like.
stuck in a we honeymooned in Australia and a kangaroo kidnapped me, put me in his pouch,
Yeah,
and it
I
took
think I
Selena
left
like a
Bryce a
half hour to find me.
voicemail.
Mm.
Yeah. No.
Mm-hmm.
You told Bryce about that?
I was on the phone with him when it happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I was on the phone with his voicemail. I was leaving him a voicemail when it happened. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was scary. It was so moist in there. I felt like when I was screaming, Selena, help, I was just like echoing. It was terrifying.
Okay. Bryce, do you have anything?
I mean, I feel like you're saying everything that she needs to hear. I mean, I don't know how disappointing it can be when other people that are really there for you, or that at least you think they are, kind of show them their true colors. But again, I know we keep saying this, but we keep saying this because it's important. It's kind of a good thing in the long run. You know, it sucks and shitty short term, and it hurts, and then you look back and you're like, well, okay, well now I know, and my life is better now because I've got people that actually care about me and are willing to give the same energy or even more that I give to them back, like you got with Loki. Help you through these tough times, and there'll be more to come. There'll be more people to join in this support group and be there for you. You got to be there for yourself too, and just focusing on raising up that percentage of from 18% up there. You know, you said it yourself. Loki's the best person in your life right now. You know, he's most understanding. He wants to be there for you. You got to be there. You're there for him, but you know, we got to pump those numbers up for him and for you.
Yeah.
18% of anything's not great. Imagine if you paid for a whole sandwich and they were like, "Here's 18% of it."
Oh.
You guys don't even have 18% of eyes.
Okay.
And this
Actually,
is
it's 25%.
Yeah,
they
it's like
25%, so they
25%.
think they
It's
had
pretty
the
good.
18%. Well, do you have good vision in the one eye?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's my good
Okay,
eye.
perfect. 25%. Okay.
Still counts though.
Okay,
My
so
point is, there's more than 18. You know, just,
Someone has 18 eyes.
you know what I'm saying.
some arachnids.
You sound so skinny right now, Bryce.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Here's one thing that I will
Okay.
say, and this is just a thought. So I want us, because there's gonna be a little bit of homework, okay? And we'll go over the homework here in a second. And again, that's if you want to continue these sessions. I will say that if you continue them, one suggestion I might make, Selena, for you, because there's 82% that you're not comfortable speaking yet with Loki about, and to deal with your abandonment issues as well as your walls. I'm going to assume a lot of that lies within the 82%. Is that fair?
Yeah.
And I'm not going to, I'm not one just to skin you and leave you filleted open for him to see when you're not ready.
That
So,
is crazy. That's crazy to say. Wow. Whoa.
yeah, but yeah, you
Is it
can
'cause you got
see
tortured?
the visuals there.
Yep.
Visuals there. It works.
Jesus.
What I am going to say is you might benefit from, and Loki, this is not a slight against you. One where we can speak about those issues. Okay? Because I'm not going to dig into your trauma when you haven't yet shared it with him and him present. Okay? Because I don't think a therapy setting is the best setting for a couple to speak about that. Because the way I'm going to speak to you as a therapist is not the way he should be speaking to you as a husband. But I do think it's important that we dive into that. So if you want to do continued sessions, I think that's a great way for us to explore that. That's also up to you.
Okay.
Um, so that's just the recommendation I have, is that if we continue these, maybe we split, like maybe one session's a couple, one solo, then we come back, or um, we work with you until you're comfortable to share some of those things, then come back as a couple. But I think a lot of your shutdowns come from the 82% that we need to dive into. Um, I am going to say that for homework, there's a little bit for both of you. So, one piece of homework for you is I want you to, and this is a little bit of a hard assignment, Selena, I'm not going to lie. I want you to pinpoint the time you walked away from yourself. What was the point that you defined yourself as being someone that others was going to leave?
I already know when that happened.
Perfect. I want you to write a narrative about it.
What, like an essay?
Yes.
I think
Oh
I
my
know when
god,
that
I have to
happened.
write a narrative debrief about my
Not
life
no.
now.
No, not an essay. I want you to write a letter to yourself about that.
Okay.
Okay. Loki, your assignment is I just want you to continue being what you are, but I also want us to work as a couple. Trust me, I understand how good it is to feel needed, Selena. It is so much more depth when you're wanted. And I know he wants you, but I want to form a little bit of independence, Loki, for you, okay? To where that want is felt more than the need. Okay.
What does that mean?
Um Find actions that are simple that maybe she's completing for you because she needs the need. Do them yourself and instead find ways to show her she's wanted.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I bring
So
up a
that's
few things?
absolutely.
What? What, Bryce? I heard you sniffle.
I can't sniffle.
What is it?
Sure, it's nothing.
What? What is what?
What is it, Bryce?
I'm just breathing. I can't sniffle.
Well, firstly, I'd like to say I feel like I don't, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but besides like for like things in my everyday life, besides
Mhm.
driving, I feel like while Selena helps me, it's not like I can't do basically, everything else.
Yeah, of
Um,
course.
besides maybe notify me when there's stairs. Um,
I'm really bad at that. Like, actually, so
it's
bad at
okay.
that.
Everyone is. That's why I need a service animal. Um, I wanted to say a few things. Firstly, Selena, even if I could see and I didn't need help with some things, I would still want to be with you. I know make you feel needed, but I would still be here regardless. I'm not with you because it's you make my blind existence easier. That is, I guess a benefit in some ways, but that's not like wasn't even in consideration of why I wanted to be with you. Not gonna complain about it though. It's not bad. Um, secondly, Mercy, I'm not the most experienced with you know, uh relationships like this. This is like my first one and I'm struggling. I've had maybe Bryce knows a little bit. People did a lot of fucked up shit to me in the past, like
Mhm.
all the time, nonstop, constantly. Forced me to watch silent movies with them. Peed on me. Paid people to beat me up. Just people that I thought were my friends would then use me being blind as a joke to make other people laugh constantly. Um, uh, I am not the most secure person. In fact, I am quite insecure because I just think people are
Understandable.
going to use me and then toss me to the side. And I am struggling a bit with hearing Skylar tell Selena that she's the only one. She was always the only one, and all this stuff. And I kind of just ran away because I didn't know how to process it. Not like ran away and like away forever, but I just like left the
Mhm.
house. Luckily, there was a deaf dog that chased me down, and I don't really know. And navigating it is hard, especially because I can't see.
Well, and you even have some emotional blindness because, like you said, it's something that's new to you.
Yeah,
It's new for both of you guys, though.
That's
You
where
know,
I think, and that's if you're willing, I think it'd be good for you both to have a solo session because it's kind of like what I said with Selena is she can't give a part of you and say accept this, right? Same with you. You can't hand a part and be like accept this when you yourself have been made to feel as if though it's not worthy or self-conscious about it. So right now, and this is most relationships, right now you are fragmented beings trying to come together, but you owe it to each other to again be whole and present and show up for each other. That's
yeah.
love. Working to where I can give you 100% of me.
It's just a weird thing because Skylar, said all that to Selena, but she's also gone like above and beyond of doing things to help me. Like she
Mhm.
labeled everything in the house with Braille. She put like a bunch of stuff places so I don't fall down the stairs. Like she's been very kind to me. But then hearing her
Mhm.
say all of those things to Selena, just like I'm not mad about it if that's how she feels, but it makes me feel weird. And it's all
It's
like I
going
think
to.
like I know Selena isn't gonna leave me, but it makes me feel it's just odd, very odd. I don't know.
No, you have a person around you that has been connected to your partner in an intimate way. And again, to me, it's not just sex. I'm clearly defining this is somebody that's had a part of your partner emotionally that very few people get to see. And it is normal that that feels awkward and out of place. And how do you navigate it? And especially for someone that has not had previous relationships like this. Basically, it's okay. With your blindness, I'm sure, there's been a time where you've sort of like trained yourself of how to navigate your home, right? In the past, you could
Yeah.
navigate in the dark because everything has its place. Everything is strategically positioned to where you know the pathways, you know where the tables are, the couches are, everything else. Well, what's happened now is you're thrown into a room that you've never been in. So you're bumping into the tables, you're stumbling over the couches, you're you're learning the blueprint. And yours has a few more extra storage spaces than maybe some of the other houses. And that's okay. We work through those.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say it as if though, because I don't like this saying, because I hate to say she chose you. I almost feel like that can be ignorant for us to say. I think sometimes we're not really careful with our words, because by saying that she chose you, what I'm saying is, and guess what? She can unchoose you too. What I am going to say is that right now in this moment, you two are together. I can't predict 5 years from now, neither can you. But what you're going to have to decide is today, because today you're sitting beside each other. Is today worth working on that foundation for each other? If the answer is yes, like I said, I think both of you would benefit from individualized counseling to work through your insecurities, because right now both of you are giving a fragmented person to the other, which again, you can say superficially that that is satisfactory, but like as Bryce pointed out, no one is satisfied with a percentage of anything. You want the whole. And eventually it'll catch up to you. Eventually you'll get frustrated and say, you know what? Even if Loki gives you 91%, you're like, why am I not getting this other 9%? You will still feel like you're not getting everything. And so you all need to get to a place where you accept your 100 to be able to give your 100.
I'll take time too. You know, it's not gonna be today, tomorrow, next week, next month, a year. I don't know. I mean, it's up
It
to you
didn't
guys.
take you a day to become this way.
And for every time you think of Skylar, you know, where's she now? And where are you guys now? Let the past be in the past, you know?
It's, I don't know, with Skylar, it's a weird thing because, like,
It's different because the presence is there very prominently still.
that and, like, I don't want to have negative feelings towards Skylar. Like, I still, besides, like, hearing her say all of that to Selena, like, Skylar genuinely has done so much to help me that she didn't need to do. And I think at the beginning, she was doing that because Selena cared about me. And I knew that. And I was like, okay, like, I didn't take it much beyond that she was just being nice for Selena's sake. But I do think, uh, it got to a point where she was just doing things because she actually, like, cared about me. Like, I don't think she's a bad person, and I don't want to have, like, a bad relationship or not to speak to her because she genuinely has done
Then don't.
way more than a lot of people. But I just it feels odd right now.
And this is where I think both of you need to work on. So, one, I think, Selena working through that trauma that came from that torture and understanding again, that happened because of a fucked up person. I understand their intrinsic motivators might involve somebody else, but that was a fucked up person. And that's on them. But I think that you have to look at, because boundaries are important. One, what is the boundary of our relationship when it comes to former lovers, which is not going to apply as much to Loki on that side as it will you, Selena. But where's that boundary of former lovers? What those interactions and friendships look like going on? And then, Selena, you're going to have to ask yourself the question of what would I like one day to look like with Skylar? Do you want to still be friends? Do you want to still have a connection? Do you want to be acquaintances? Do you want to be strangers? I'm not going to say any answer is wrong, but that is something you're going to have to define. However, and this is where you as a couple need to talk about the boundaries, Loki, your relationship with Skylar does not have to mimic Selena's relationship with Skylar. That reflection does not always equal respect. And that's where, again, a clear conversation of boundary comes into place.
Yeah, it's true.
Before we close out, again, I hope that you will hold other sessions, but again, that's going to be on you. We're very flexible, always available. But is there anything that you want to talk through before we dismiss today?
No.
I don't think I have anything else.
Okay. You have some assignments. My recommendation is that if we do this again, that maybe we split into one-on-ones and then coming back together as a couple. But I would recommend continue counseling. Again, I'm not going to force it. That has to, because again, one, it has to come because you're motivated to do so. Two, it's not so that I can fix you because I can't. Okay, it's one of those that this has to be a choice of you want to be better for you, so that in turn you can be good for each other. You have anything to add, Bryce?
No. I think you summed it all up perfectly.
All right, guys. We'll dismiss here, and you just let us know if you want another session, okay?
Okay.
It was mentioned a couple times that she had 2 girlfriends.
Salena, I know you said that one thing you're having issue with is sleeping. I don't want to do any diagnostics in a group setting. I'd rather do that one-on-one. But what I can do is I can give you some time-release melatonin before you leave here. Basically, it's really nice. It works with you naturally to where about every 2 hours you'll get a dosage released to your body. Not only will it help you sleep because it calms the mind of anxiety, it also releases every 2 hours to where it helps you stay asleep.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And then if that's something you want to look further into about maybe some like PTSD type of prescriptions or anything further, we can schedule just a diagnostic for that, okay?
Okay.
I'll get that before we leave because I have a little medicine cabinet down by the main entryway.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, let's go down that way. We can go down this way where there's no stairs.
There's a table in front of you, Loki. Careful. Why are there so many couches here? The couch there, Loki.
Oh,
Fuck.
oh God. I'm so sorry, guys.
Ugh.
You guys okay?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You all right, Selena? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm okay.
You're
Are
okay,
you
Bryce? I
good,
know.
Bryce?
Yeah, I'm
You're
good.
just a
I'm
skinny
good,
guy.
guys.
Loki.
Like I was hitting a vanilla wafer.
Loki.
Oh, well, at least I've seen a fucking vanilla wafer.
Ah, I deserve that one.
My God.
It's not my fault I'm blind, Bryce. It is your fault you're skinny, though.
Loki.
But he started it.
Hey, whatever you need to tell yourself, man. Hopefully we can dive into that insecurity of yours next session, though, yeah?
You using what I said in the session to insult me right now?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Babs, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you so much.
Alrighty, here we go. Enough for a week. If they help, let me know. If not, we can reassess, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. If y'all need anything, just let me know. If you want to schedule any sessions, let me know. Look at those on the books. Like I said, I'm fairly flexible, so
Like
Okay.
me and Bryce could do a solo session while you guys do one.
you could. We could.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
we
could.
Bryce,
definitely
that
do
sounds
that.
fun.
Those two just they're gonna
Yeah, I mean, we
fucking
could.
they're gonna end up fucking punching each other in the face.
Or hugging.
I was about to say, Bryce has a way. He does amazing with one-on-one sessions.
I
What do you
believe
say,
it.
Bryce?
Whatever you need.
I think I need this. We're either gonna really get into it or just insult each other the whole time.
I can't wait to climb over those walls of yours.
What the? What do you mean by that?
I guess we'll have to wait for the session, huh, champ?
Oh God, I'm married.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, yeah, why not?
Okay.
Don't worry, buddy. We'll
Keji,
dive
thank you
into that
so
sex
much.
addiction stuff you
I
got.
don't have a
going on,
sex
too.
Thank you so
addiction. I
much
just
for
think
the 10
sex is
gifted
cool.
subs.
Okay. Hey, we'll save it for next session, all right?
Oh
Do I
boy.
have a sex addiction, Selena?
I don't know, Loki. I don't know.
Oh God.
You kind of talked about it for like 5 minutes and then immediately assumed that what I
This
was
is
saying was
awesome.
sexual. Okay.
All right.
Super cool.
Sounds like that's gonna be a real good session for you too. For
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Loki.
How often do you think we should have these sessions, Mercy?
That's
You
gonna
got
go
a
to your comfort
recommendation?
level. I'll be honest with you, was but it seems you need to work through. I wouldn't go more than 2 weeks, but again, it's gonna go to your comfort level because if you have, let's say, if you like, you know what, I want to have them every day, but you come in every day and not wanting to talk, it's not gonna help anything. So it's got to go in a comfort level of transparency for you.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to Selena about it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll message you guys about it. We'll probably both
Yeah, of
come
course.
at the same time, and then Bryce with
That's fine.
Loki, and
Yeah, that
yeah.
works.
Two
Yeah, I didn't think
birds,
anything sexual about that, Bryce.
one stone. What?
I can tell.
What does that mean? What?
You said we'd both come at the same time.
I don't. This has been great. This has been so good.
This has been awesome.
This has been so great. Thank you guys.
You're
Absolutely.
welcome.
Now I'm gonna
hope
starve
y'all
to
have
death,
a good
so
rest
I'm
of your
gonna
day.
go. I'm gonna go
Me
get some
too.
food. Thank you guys so much for the session.
Thank you.
Thank
you
you,
look
guys.
great, Bryce. You look great in
I
your
hope you sound
sweater.
heavier next time,
Jesus
Bryce.
fucking Loki.
Mhm.
Why are you like
What?
this? Come over this
What?
way.
He started it.
So much money. Just don't wander off. There's a rock to your right. There's a bush to your right. There's a chair to your left. There's a
I'm just
pole to
following
your
your
right.
ass.
What?
Where'd you go?
Where are you? Come here. Dread, thank you so much for the prime.
How are you feeling?
I'm okay. How are you feeling?
I'm okay. Better question is, did you think it was helpful at all?
Yeah. Yeah, I did. I just have a lot to think about now.
Yeah. That's fair.
What about you?
Well, I mean, it was mostly about you.
You were
but I
really
think-
going in on Bryce. You could.
He was going in on me.
He's just a little guy, look.
So am I. I think what Mercy and Bryce a little bit was saying was correct. Like, I don't think they said anything that was wrong. I think they're right. And I hope you know, I do want to know 100% of you.
Well, I hope so.
And I am willing to. My God, that's loud.
Yeah. Does anyone work here?
No.
Hmm. Maybe we need to go out the front. We might need to go out the front. With the loud music. Woo.
Oh, it's so loud.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're.
Mm.
Sorry, I don't do the best with really loud sounds.
Yeah, that makes sense. Neither do I. Fuck, their music reaches far. I can still hear it here.
I guess this is a time that's better than ever to share another percent of me. When my hearing got more sensitive, like a few years after I was blind, some of my siblings would just put me in a room with really loud speakers and just play music
Well, that's
really
fucking
loud.
horrible.
Yeah. I don't do good with loud music.
Sorry.
They thought it was funny, they would just laugh at me. Kind of messed up.
Well, it's not funny, and they suck. Sorry you went through that.
I'm sorry you went through everything you had to go through.
My stuff was necessary.
Hmm. Maybe, maybe not. It doesn't mean it was, fair to you.
Life's not fair. Sorry.
Yeah, if life was fair, I would be able to see.
Yeah. I hate that they keep saying that this place is open, and it just is never open. It's never actually open.
False
Okay, well, I'm
advertising.
about to do something that I don't normally want to do, but I'm just gonna. I just can't be bothered waiting for people today. So we're gonna go to Benny's and then to Up and Atom.
Whoa.
Fuck everyone. Fuck it.
Yeah, we just got therapy. We're self-reflecting. Let's go to fucking Benny's.
Let's go to Benny's. Nope, I'm not going up north to hit the fucking thing. I wanted to get this like painted and repaired and like then get food and then maybe I don't know what you want to do today. We've done the big therapy. The big therapy.
No. I haven't really thought about the rest of the day.
Yeah. Damn, Hazza, why are you so fucking rude for? Damn, bro.
I'm just thinking about everything that happened in therapy.
And I gotta get my balls from the door. Crazy out of context, I know. I'm gonna get us food, okay? I'll be right back.
Okay.
Winters, why are you so damn aggressive, man? Some food in the glove box for you.
Thank you.
I need a quick second to process my food. I need a second. Chad, I'll be right back, okay? I'm gonna get my food.
between love and lust. All we got was lost when I really thought we had it. Feelings fade and people change and things they fall apart. But that doesn't mean I don't believe in speaking from the heart. You see, you're more like Coke, I'm more like Pepsi. I just hope you don't forget me. It wasn't right the way you left me. Heartbreak Hotel, Elvis depressed me. Could you give me just a little bit more? Should've known what I was asking for. We met as friends, we'll end as friends. We will be till we die, right? But if you start to miss me, I don't like to be alone. So if you wanna try again, you better let me know. Oh, I should really use my head. I should really use my head instead of thinking with my chest, yeah. I was dying to connect. Give me 85%, only 85%, yeah. Put your cigarette out, no I hate those, I hate how you left a bad taste in my mouth. I believed what I wanted to see in you and us two, now the truth's coming out. There's a ghost in my bed, should've known what to expect. But you could tell me I'm different, if it ends the same, what's the difference? Lie to me, make it seem better than it ever was.
Hello, it's me. I'm back. Second. Okay. Now what?
Oh no.
You want to talk about stuff?
Do you want to talk about stuff? I mean, I'm down to talk about stuff.
I'm okay to talk about things if you want to talk about things.
Sure.
I first want to say thank you for coming with me because I don't think that I would have been able to do that if you weren't there for the first time at least. I would have found a reason not
problem.
to.
I'll always be there if you need me.
Is there anything in specific you want to talk about, or?
Well, I just want you to know that, like, I'm gonna think of the best way to phrase this. I know that I make you feel like I'm a person that needs you, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but in the sense of like, living my life, like, and physically surviving. I don't like need you in that way, and I'm not with you because I need you in that way. I want to be with you. So since we got married, in other ways I need you, like, I just like your presence is really nice, and I like being around you, and you make me feel safe. But I want you to know, like, I want to be with you for more than just you being able to help me get along with, like, the daily tasks in my life. You know what I mean?
I know that.
I just want to be sure you know that.
I didn't. Like, when I said that you needed me, I didn't mean it in any kind of a real way. You've been perfectly capable of living your life up until this point. I'm sure that you're perfectly capable of doing it without me, regardless. But it just, I don't know. It just feels like maybe need was not the right word. It just feels like you want me around more.
Yeah, I mean that's true.
And I want to take care of you. I've been with people who've been like hyper independent. You know, my first relationship was a quad, so
Yeah.
they all were just very independent of each other and of me. And maybe it's because of the way that I was raised, and maybe it was because of the, I don't want to say lack of love, because I think my parents loved me. I know that they did in their own way. But I didn't really have like anyone need me, you know? Like they didn't, no one really cared for me, if that makes sense. Like there was no like it was just like, Sally, you need to do this. Sally, have you finished watching the Police Academies 1 through 3? Sally, have you finished doing this? Sally, have you done this? Sally, we're gonna take you out to do this. And it was just constant. There was never any like break between it. And while there were like sometimes breaks, it was like training constantly for something at all times.
Yeah.
And I didn't experience any kind of like care towards me. And I spent the last years of my mom's life caring for her while she fell apart over my dad leaving.
Like what time period? Like what years? Like was your childhood?
What do you mean?
Like was it like the 70s, 80s, 80s?
80s. I was born in 86. I can remember my youngest memories were, like my earliest memories were pretty good. And then maybe like 5, 6 is when I started like getting trained how to do things. So it was just like, I just remember there was like this one day, my mom went to go into town. I was never allowed to go. And she went to go into town. She usually went to go get the mail. We didn't have like a mailman to come deliver it to us. We had to go pick it up. And she went to go get the mail, and there was a letter, and then her face went pale, and then it was just constant training from that point forward, and that was it.
And where were your parents from?
They don't really talk about like where they're from. I don't really know. I'm basing off of the few times that I've heard my mom when she was drunk, her accent would change and she sounded Russian. So maybe she's Russian. And my dad, I'm not sure. He didn't really talk about himself. He just trained me, and that's it. My mom always said she was from Alaska.
When my parents didn't really believe in reading fiction books. So whenever I got books in Braille, they had to be nonfiction. If I ever got a fiction book, they would throw it away. And I read a lot about history because I thought it was interesting, and it was kind of cool just in my head imagining what things looked like in at certain periods of time. Um, okay. I read a lot about the Cold War.
Yeah.
Is okay. Is it possible? Like, I don't want to. Is it possible your mom worked for the Russian government?
My mom? My mom was a lawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
But what the fuck do I know? I mean, maybe I guess that's possible. Papers would suggest that there's a likely connection.
I'm just thinking about what you told me about the letter left and the training you had or you went through as a kid. Russia had a lot of people in different parts of society that they in American society to get intelligence from different things. Some of them very mundane, some of them less mundane. Just like America had a bunch of people in Russia doing the same thing. And if I mean, I don't know if it's true. Your mom might have just got drunk and did a Russian accent, but with the Russian letter as well. Maybe your mom wasn't part of it. Maybe it was your aunt. But like, I don't know. I could also be completely wrong. I'm just trying to think of what would make sense with everything you've told me, and it seems like it could be possible. I don't think it's like it could also be completely wrong. I don't know.
I mean, it does add up. It does add up. I just can't like, fathom it, you know?
And if that was true, and they were worried for their safety or for your safety, like it's possible that the reason you lived in a cabin far away from everyone is that they didn't want to do it anymore or something, and they tried to go, off the grid, and they wanted to make sure that if anything happened to them, that you would be okay on your own.
Yeah.
Sorry, that might be a lot, and it could be completely wrong. I don't want you to like go down a rabbit hole.
I was already going down that rabbit hole myself, researching stuff. There was a letter in the box that was, when I translated it, essentially equated to like an update to someone in Russia, general or something. That just was, it basically said that they had my mother captive, and they had been torturing her and beating her, and they ran some tests and they found out she was pregnant, and she had just killed a bunch of people breaking out as soon as she found out she was pregnant. And then there's nothing else after that. I guess my dad got a hold of a bunch of these because I don't know where they would have come from otherwise.
Sounds like your parents just wanted to protect you.
I think it would have protected me more if I knew what I was being protected from.
Yeah.
But I can't exactly
in some
ask
ways.
them, you know? Can't
I
talk
think
to them
that
about it.
I think that would have been a really hard thing for them to have explained to you as a kid.
Well, maybe my dad shouldn't have left and my mom shouldn't have died then. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. Do you have resentment towards them? Your dad probably for leaving, but do you have any other resentment towards them?
I just... Like, why leave? With nothing to tell me where you are. I don't even know if you're alive or you're dead. You never call, you don't come back, and I don't see you for years. And I try to take care of mom, and mom's falling apart. She doesn't know where you are either. We're just... and then she's gone too. And it's just... But she's gone. Like, I'm angry because I didn't have shit. I didn't have any explanation. I just got tossed to the fucking side, you know? Like, yeah, maybe they were training me for things. Maybe they cared about me. But I feel like when you care about someone, you don't just, like, abandon them with no explanation, with not even a fucking letter, or drink yourself into a stupor instead of caring about them.
Before your dad left, did you ever have any inclination he would? Or was it just sudden and surprising?
He and my mom kept talking, like arguing, I guess is more accurate, for like the week before he left. I never really heard what they were arguing about. They always like pushed me out of the room. Told me not to worry about it, and then I would turn up police academy for the week before, and then Christmas morning I woke up and there was just a small little gift box with my name on it from my dad, and it had a necklace in it, and I'm wearing it, and it just it's like that was it. There was no note, there was no nothing. He told my mom that I would understand someday, but I don't understand. So.
Is there anything special about that necklace?
I'm not really sure. It's just like a tiny little gem.
Okay, think about it this way. If your parents were, let's say the hypothetical is true, your parents at one point at least were spies for the Russian government. If your dad was going to leave you a message, it would be in a way that's discreet. And if he only left you a necklace, the necklace could be the message.
Maybe.
People in that era of time had really intricate and weird ways of communicating messages to one another because they had to communicate in ways that wouldn't be seen or picked up on by the governments of the countries they were spying on. Why don't we go back to the house and take a closer look at the necklace? If the only thing you said about it is one day you'll understand, there could be something with the necklace. Did your mom ever say anything about the necklace, like where it was from?
No. I've never really like looked at it intimately. I just wear it, you know. Just a necklace.
Well, you're gonna have to look at it intimately because I can't.
Thank you. Thank you, Loki. Mm. It just looks like a pearl. No? Here, you hold it. You don't know what a pearl looks like, so maybe, I don't know, feel it?
I don't know what I'm feeling for. I feel like if the necklace means something, uh, there's a okay. Take it back and feel it again. Do you feel something weird like at the top of it? Hands back.
Mm, little bit. Weird. Well.
What was that?
I don't understand what this is.
What? Describe it.
I pushed on the part that feels like it's separated and it like clicked open and it looks like a tiny key. I don't understand
Okay.
what this is.
Is okay. Wait. Is there anything that you have with you that you brought back You still have the box with the necklace?
No, that's back at home.
Is there anything here you have that you brought from home?
No, I kept it all back at the house.
Hmm. Might have to take a trip. Well, wait. You said this is where your dad was, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you remember about this place?
It's the stories my dad used to tell.
What stories did he tell?
Um, he was working on a machine once to try to find my mom. He didn't explain why he needed to find her. That he was building a
Machine?
machine.
Do you know anything? Did he say where the machine was? Did he describe the machine at all?
Not really. It was just gonna be like a flying machine or something.
Think back to when you were here. Is there anywhere your dad went, or anything he did, or any place he paid special attention to? Even if it isn't physically here, like in the city. Is there anywhere he really liked to go?
Yeah. And
Where?
I don't know that it's like around anymore. It's what I'm named after. Sal's Pizza.
Where
It's
was
from the
it?
80s. I think that was across from MRP. Across from Davis PD. That was a really long time ago, though.
Well, it's possible that he could have left something there. Maybe not in the pizza shop, but in or around there. Let's go over there.
Okay.
Uh, Unless you don't want to continue the search, but I feel like I think you deserve answers to some questions that you've had unresolved for a really long time, and I want to help you get those answers regardless of if they're answers you are going to like, or you're not. I think you deserve them. It's up to you if you want to keep doing this though.
Okay. We can go look.
All right. Well, you look, I feel.
Yeah. Sorry. Insensitive. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Wanna get the door? Oh, oh. One-eyed scavenger hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we're
A lot of
cool.
this, we are cool. We figured out the necklace. Figuring this out is a lot going to be on things you remember from when you were here, if it is here and it isn't back in Maine. So when we're over there, where Sal's Pizza used to be, because I haven't heard of a place called Sal's Pizza since I've been here. Just think about also like places your dad would go when he was around there, with you or not with you, places you'd see him go.
Okay.
If he wanted to leave you a message, he would have. From just the necklace alone, your dad, for all of his faults, seemed like a pretty smart guy. We probably left to something somewhere that he knew wouldn't be disturbed.
What if I don't like what I find? What if I don't like what I find? Oh my god, what if I'm not gonna like it? Maybe it's gonna be a bad thing for me to find it.
Uh, ow.
That's my own fault for stopping in the middle of a highway, I guess.
Regardless of if you like what you'll find, I think you deserve the answers. Because right now you're stuck in a situation where you are just guessing about everything and you don't know. And even if you don't like what you'll find, at least you'll know. And I can imagine not knowing after all these years is probably a lot and painful. Sometimes even if we don't like the answers to things, it's better that we know. Okay, is there anything here that is the same as when you would come here? Or is there anything here or any place that your dad would go?
Trying to think.
Take your time.
This is where Sal's was. Closed down now.
Look around, see if anything stands out. Anything. He said you know when it was time, basically, so Your water.
It's a fountain.
This fountain has some significance.
Yeah, the one time that I came to the city with my parents, my dad and I threw coins in this fountain.
You say anything about it?
Trying to remember.
Take your time.
I remember my mom saying, "Look at the balls, Sally. They're like a family." You can't see them, but there's 3 balls in the center of the fountain. They're 3 different sizes.
Hmm. You see anything?
It's very wet. Hmm. This is really hard to do with one eye.
Want me to
Sorry,
feel it?
that was insensitive. Yeah, can you come touch it?
Ah. Ah.
Careful.
Hmm. Um. Feel an X and you know, uh, you're learning Braille. You also learn how to feel like normal, like certain items or objects. Like, eh,
I know it's really wet, so
like
it probably is hard to tell.
is it like a tree or a bush?
Oh, it could be a tree. There's 3 of them.
3 trees.
Hmm.
Does that mean anything to you?
I gotta sneeze. No, I don't. I
Or
got a
anywhere
cough.
you'd go with your parents, your mom and dad? 3 trees.
There's a tree cluster that we used to picnic under by the house in Maine. There's just a cluster of 3.
Hmm. Is there anywhere here with 3 trees?
No, in Maine.
Okay. Sounds like you might need to take a trip.
Well, do you want to see my family house?
Yeah.
I'd introduce you to my parents, but I don't know where one of them is and the other one's dead, so sorry about that.
Okay. I just need you.
I'll sort out booking tickets and we can go sometime this week.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. We'll figure this out.
Yeah.
All I'll say, Selena, is somebody who went through all this trouble to leave you an answer probably at a reason that they left. And I'm not saying that makes it better, but I don't think someone would go through all of this if they didn't care about you. Either that or they really enjoy making you do puzzles.
And my dad was never much of a puzzle guy, so.
It
If I had
seems
to
me
guess
like
that, it would seem like my mother set it up and my dad just finished it off. That sounds gross and accurate to them.
well, if your mom set it up, then if they both knew about it, then they must have thought that whatever it is, they wanted you to find it out when it was the right time.
Well, I'm scared, to be honest, and I don't think I'm gonna bring this up in therapy. So you're
That's
just
okay.
I'm gonna have to just rely on you, okay?
You can always rely on me. I'm here for you. I want to help you get the peace of mind that you deserve. We can't tell anyone about this. They'll try to make us detectives. That's so much work.
We can't tell anybody ever at any point. Just you and
Nope.
I.
No one can know we're good detectives.
No one can know
No one.
ever.
It'll be terrible for our
I
careers. They'll
do
make
not
us
want
do
to get
more
promoted.
shit.
Yep.
No,
No more
neither do I.
paperwork. No, thank you.
We'd get so
Mm-mm.
much paperwork.
So much paperwork.
Yeah.
Why do motorcycle licenses expire after 12 months, but our normal driver's licenses are 60 days only?
Great question. Don't have an answer.
I
Can't
hate
drive
the
a car
government.
or a motorcycle. I should get a mobility scooter.
You think you need a mobility scooter?
That has like flashing blind on it.
I love you.
I love you too. And just know you can tell me anything. I'm not gonna run away. Unless I just accidentally walk the wrong direction. I wouldn't be intentional though.
Mm-hmm. I'm really scared.
I know. Well, this time, you don't have to confront any of these things alone. You got me.
And it's the best thing I could possibly have right now. Genuinely. I don't mean that in a sarcastic way.
I know you didn't. I just want you to get the answers and the closure you deserve.
I'm taking racing lines, Winters. I gotta get my practice in.
We wear our onesies on the plane.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, she doesn't race, but I have to practice
Might as well be
driving
comfy for a
to
plane
be
ride.
a cop and to be a criminal. I have to do it for both.
We can go for however long you want to go for. Maybe you can teach me some wilderness survival skills.
Damn, Winters, why you so passive aggressive at
In
me
case
today?
I
What is your
sleepwalk into the
deal?
woods.
She hates me, man. Oh my god, don't shake your ass at me in chat, Winters. You know what that does to me. Don't do that. What did you want to do? I'm gonna probably go on the laptop and book the tickets and stuff for like tomorrow.
Okay.
Probably go for like 2
for-
days or something.
Right.
I don't want to be there for too long. It's not a great
Yeah.
place.
We'll get done what we need to get done, and then we'll head back.
Okay. That fine.
But you know what will be fun?
What?
The onesie flight.
Onesie flight.
Onesie flight. Starting to learn the house now.
Skylar really did a great job on this porch.
Yeah. Does the other porch have them? Oh. I think it. Oh, it doesn't have them at the bottom, but
Careful, stairs.
I know. I know. We did a lot today.
Yeah, we did. That was a lot.
Probably feeling a little bit overwhelmed.
Yeah. I have not really talked about my stuff properly at all. That was a lot.
Yeah.
I realized today, though, that I think, I think, when I had the quad and I kept asking for, like, girlfriends and stuff, I think in a way I was doing it so that I never had to give 100% of myself to anyone. And I could have an excuse.
Makes sense. Makes it easier.
I don't think I did it, like, intentionally. I think it was a subconscious thing, but anytime people wanted to talk, I would just say I was too busy and I was stretched too thin and I had too many people to worry about. It just made it easier.
Yeah. Well, got me.
Yeah. And you're pretty great.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Feels your face.
Feels your face. Feels eye patch.
I think my eye patch is cool. I know you can't see it, but does it feel cool?
It feels really cool.
Nice.
I'm not a fan of the way you got it, but it does feel pretty freaking cool. Feels like you could pull it off.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably could. I can.
Definitely can.
Now what?
No, what do you want to do?
What do you want to do?
I don't know. I'm pretty down for anything. What are you doing?
Pointing at the ceiling?
Oh. Asking if I want to do the
Can you
ceiling?
check your emails?
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
You're making the choice.
Why the fuck do I always have to choose things, Loki?
You don't always have to choose things.
I feel like I'm always choosing things.
I chose yesterday.
When?
You're making the choice.
Fuck you.
Whoa, what the heck?
Sorry, that was aggressive. Fuck, I just realized we didn't put the casings into the evidence locker. Oh, we have to put our guns in, but I forgot. It doesn't matter. Sorry.
got this.
I don't want to make this choice. Why are you making me do this?
Just using it for going on duty or chilling.
Let me just see how many people are on duty. Oh my god. Yeah, we're not going on duty. We're good. We can not do
Are there a
that.
lot of people?
So many.
Okay.
So many.
Like how many?
I'm not counting them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I say as I count them. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40,
Holy
41,
shit.
42, 43, 44, 45,
What
46,
the fuck?
47, 47. 47!
Yeah, I'm sure nothing bad will happen if we go to sleep.
47.
I'm sure nothing bad will happen if we go to sleep. There's so many cops on duty.
I also like really don't want to be on duty because one of the names that's on duty is Dominic Toretti, and I don't want
He
that.
hates me.
I don't want that.
He hates me.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Back in the day when I was in the PD, he just always came up to me and said, "Why? Why are you here? You're blind. Why are you here?" It's really messed up.
That's really fucked up.
Guarantee you I did more paperwork than that guy back then.
Probably.
Probably still do. And I've
It's
barely
fucking
done any
lazy as
paperwork.
shit. Yeah, probably.
He just walks in and thinks he's hot shit.
There's just so many cops.
Most of the SDSO back in the day wanted me. But he refused, and he was like the sheriff, the SDSO.
Today's gonna be rough on criminal. I might just work the bar, to be honest. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know,
Like,
we could just
Tessa's a real
we
one.
could just pre-rest before the flight if you want,
Yeah.
because we don't need to be on duty.
Yeah.
They do not
true.
need us.
Mm-hmm.
Although even with 40-something people on duty, I can guarantee that only like 5 of those 41 people
35
is
of them are
actually going to
sitting in a police
respond to
department.
anything. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Hope Astro's doing okay.
Astro's probably doing great. I'm gonna put on my onesie.
You know when we're flying out?
Yep. 4 a.m.
4 a.m. Okay.
Yeah, I just got an early flight.
Alright. Then
4 a.m. on Saturday, and we'll be back on Monday at like 7
like your
a.m.
Saturday?
No. Our Saturday.
Okay. Alright.
Yep. Love you. Thank you for
Love you
therapy
too.
and for the other stuff.
Anytime, and next time you can do a solo session so you can say things you don't want to say around me yet.
Same for you. You and Bryce seem to
Yeah.
have some kind of a beef happening.
Is it beef or sexual tension?
What?
I think he's interested in me. I'm not interested in him, don't worry. He said he was going to climb over my wall.
We gotta go to bed. We gotta go to bed.
How else am I supposed to take that?
We gotta go to bed because I can't.
Said he was gonna-
I can't experience my boy love issues on. Never mind. I gotta go to bed.
What? On what?
Good night. I love you. Good night.
Love you too, good night.
Game crashed.